Welcome back to our channel, everyone. We have so much to talk about, and honestly, our hearts are just racing with everything unfolding on our screens. Thank you for joining us again to share in all these wild twists and turns. Let us jump right into the thick of it. I have to tell you, I am just completely overwhelmed by the dark and twisted path our beloved Anna Devane is walking down right now. When I sit back and really think about everything we have witnessed recently, it feels like a heavy weight on my chest. Anna has always been our shining beacon of justice, the woman who would move heaven and earth to protect the innocent and do the right thing. To see her mind being so thoroughly hijacked and corrupted is truly one of the most heartbreaking things I have ever watched on this show. It is like watching a dear friend lose themselves to a terrible darkness, and I find myself practically shouting at the television screen, begging her to wake up and see what she is doing. The absolute horror of this situation all comes down to Peter August. Even from beyond the grave, that man is a plague on Port Charles, and his hold on Anna is nothing short of terrifying. I get chills just thinking about how his voice echoes in her mind, breaking down her defenses day by day. He has essentially brainwashed her, twisting her thoughts until she actually believes that eliminating Britt Westbourne is the only way she will ever find true peace and safety. It is such a cruel psychological game, and my heart just aches for Anna, because you can see the sheer exhaustion in her eyes. She tried so hard to fight him off at first. I remember watching her struggle, trying to hold on to her sanity, but Peter is just so relentless. He is like a poison slowly seeping into her soul, and it is devastating to realize that he might actually be winning this battle for her mind. What makes this entire ordeal so incredibly hard to stomach is the target that Peter has chosen. Britt Westbourne has been through absolute hell and back, and the fact that she is in the crosshairs again just makes me want to cry. We all know how much effort went into reversing Britt's tragic fate, bringing her back to us and giving her a second chance at life. She has fought so hard to redeem herself, to find love, and to carve out a place in this world. The idea that the writers might actually kill her off again after all of that is just unfathomable to me. I simply refuse to believe they would put us through the intense grief of losing Britt twice. But knowing that Anna, of all people, is the one being manipulated into being her executioner is a twist so wicked it leaves me completely breathless. The way Anna is going about this is what truly scares me the most. Because she is a legendary spy, she knows exactly how to set a trap, and she is using every ounce of her brilliant mind to orchestrate this nightmare. When Peter expressed his twisted satisfaction over Anna agreeing to help Britt, it made my blood run cold. Britt came to Anna in good faith, asking for intelligence regarding her father, Cassius Faison. We all know that Faison is the ultimate trigger for both of these women. He is the ghost that haunts their pasts, the monster who caused them both unimaginable pain. For Anna to use Faison's name as the bait to lure Britt into a trap is just so deeply tragic. It is a brilliant tactical move, but it is also a profound betrayal of the trust Britt placed in her. Anna told Britt that she could only deliver these findings in person, and just like that, the deadly snare was set. I was absolutely floored when I saw the lengths Anna was going to in order to secure a location for this terrible deed. Hearing that she went to sunny Corinthos to purchase a remote piece of mountain property under the guise of a private retreat gave me absolute goosebumps. Sonny, bless his heart, probably thinks he is just doing an old friend a favor, helping her find some peace and quiet away from the chaos of the city. He has no idea that he is essentially selling her a graveyard. The cold, calculated nature of that transaction is so unlike the Anna we know and love. She specifically wants a place where no one else will find them, a desolate spot where screams cannot be heard. It is the kind of meticulous planning you expect from a seasoned assassin, not our beloved former police commissioner. As I picture this isolated mountain property, I cannot help but feel a deep sense of dread settling in my stomach. I imagine the cold wind rustling through the bare trees, the complete silence of the wilderness, and the terrifying realization of what Anna plans to do there. It sounds like she is genuinely intending to bring Britt up to this desolate location, end her life, and bury her body where no one will ever find it. The sheer finality of that plan is staggering. To think that Anna Devane is out there right now, perhaps even looking at the very soil where she intends to bury Faison's daughter, is a narrative choice that completely flips everything we know about her legacy upside down. It is a bold, terrifying direction for the story, and it has me on the absolute edge of my seat every single day. However, I have a strong feeling that things are not going to go exactly as Peter has planned. As much as he has poisoned Anna's mind, I just cannot accept that the core of who she is has been completely erased. I truly believe that when the moment comes when Anna actually has Britt isolated on that mountain, she is going to hesitate. The idea of Anna pulling the trigger and ending Britt's life in cold blood just feels too final. Instead, I think we are going to see a shift in the plan. I can easily see Anna changing her mind at the last possible second, unable to cross that ultimate line, and deciding to take Britt hostage instead. Whether she throws her into a makeshift pit, locks her in a dark basement, or traps her in some abandoned storage unit on the property, the thought of Britt being held captive is both terrifying and a tiny glimmer of hope that she might survive. Can you even imagine the sheer terror Britt is going to experience in that scenario? Picture her, locked away in the dark, cold and alone, completely at the mercy of a woman she thought was an ally. Britt is a doctor, a woman of science and logic, and to find herself trapped in a nightmare orchestrated by someone she respected must be completely mind-shattering. But what I think will be even more horrifying for Britt is what she will witness while she is in captivity. She is not just dealing with a kidnapper, she is dealing with a woman whose mind is actively fracturing. Britt is going to be a front-row spectator to Anna's psychological collapse, and I honestly do not know if I am emotionally prepared to watch those scenes play out. It gives me absolute chills to imagine Britt huddled in the corner of some dark, damp room, watching in horror as Anna paces back and forth, arguing vehemently with thin air. To Britt, it will look like pure madness, but we know that Anna will be fighting a desperate, screaming match with the hallucination of Peter August. I can picture Anna shouting, crying, pleading with this invisible demon while Britt watches, realizing just how dangerous and unpredictable her captor truly is. The suspense of those moments is going to be unbearable. Britt will have to navigate not only her own fear, but also the terrifying reality that her life depends on the whims of a ghost that only Anna can see. It is a brilliant, terrifying setup that is going to require some truly powerhouse performances from both of these incredible actresses. Deep down, I know that Anna's conscience is still in there, fighting tooth and nail against Peter's dark influence. I can envision these heartbreaking moments of clarity where Anna looks at Britt, really looks at her, and realizes the sheer horror of what she is doing. The internal struggle is going to be the emotional core of this entire storyline. We are going to see Anna torn right down the middle. One half of her is the rational, loving, heroic woman who knows that kidnapping and murder are fundamentally evil. The other half is this deeply unwell, traumatized victim who is terrified that if she does not listen to Peter, something even worse will happen. It is a battle for Anna's very soul, and watching her swing violently between these two extremes is going to be a masterclass in daytime drama storytelling. Of course, because this is Port Charles, we know that a secret like this cannot stay buried forever. Britt is a fighter. She has survived a devastating illness. She has survived heartbreak, and she has survived the dangerous world her parents dragged her into. I firmly believe she is not going to just sit quietly in the dark and wait for Anna to decide her fate. Britt will use every ounce of her wit and intelligence to try and find a way out of that trap. Whether she manages to pick a lock, dig her way out, or somehow manipulate Anna during one of her moments of clarity, I am holding on to the hope that Britt will orchestrate her own escape. She is too strong a character to simply be a helpless victim, and I cannot wait to see the fire in her eyes when she decides to fight back. Even if Britt cannot escape on her own, there has to be a rescue mission on the horizon. Somebody is going to notice that she is missing. The people who love her will not just let her vanish into thin air without turning this town upside down. The thought of a desperate search party racing against time, trying to track down Sonny's mysterious land deal, and piecing together Anna's bizarre behavior adds such an incredible layer of urgency to the story. Every time the clock ticks, my anxiety goes through the roof because I know how close Britt is to the edge. There will undoubtedly be some heart-stopping, edge-of-your-seat moments where we think Anna might actually listen to Peter and finish the job before help arrives. The tension's going to be so thick you could cut it with a knife. As I reflect on all of this, I feel such a profound attachment to these characters. We have invited them into our homes for so many years, and their pain truly feels like our pain. Watching Anna, a woman of such grace and strength, be reduced to a pawn in Peter's posthumous game of terror is a bitter pill to swallow. But it is also a testament to the incredible storytelling that keeps us coming back day after day. We are invested because we want to see the light triumph over the darkness. I want to see Anna break free from the chains in her mind, and I desperately want to see Britt walk away from that mountain alive and safe. I know the road ahead will be bumpy, filled with tears and shock, but that is the beauty of this show. It takes us on wild, emotional roller coasters. I am eagerly counting down the days to see how this incredible saga unfolds. Will Anna find her way back to the light? How will Britt survive? I will be right here, watching every single second, holding my breath and hoping for a miracle.